Right, don't be surprised now that you see that it's already black. I mean, it's quite obvious, right? I'm standing here for that purpose, which is why the lights are going to go a bit off. This is the color of my skin. This is the color of my skin. Wait before you touch the skin. No, wait before you touch this skin. See, I am too dark to be white, but I am the light that darkness needs to shine upon. And every time I enter a room, people need to turn on the lights because I am the brightness of everything that is dark. And that is part of the reason why I am young, black, and powerful. My definition of black is this. B stands for being bold. L stands for leadership. A stands for accountability. C stands for creativity, which is why I did some load shedding. That's creativity. And K stands for a king, because I believe that I'm a king in what I do and in what I'm about to do with you right now. So first of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Mukari and the facilitators, and obviously everyone who's here to make this event of what it is. As it is said, journey to self-discovery. Now, as I stand before you, I'm a young man, as she already announced me. I had the privilege to rather find my purpose at a very young age, but I believe I'm still working on growing as an individual, which is why I see mostly other young men who are here, whom I believe that with the message I'm about to share with you today, everyone can relate and everyone will understand it better. So, okay, maybe a round of applause just before I continue. Alright, so now I want us to do something very quickly. Please hold someone right now. Please hold someone. I know there are already bottles provided, and I brought mine, a bigger one, because, for whatever reason. Alright, now that everyone is holding someone's hand, I want you to repeat with me. This is one bottle that when I saw the store, I believe that everyone needs to hear this message, more especially now that we're starting our event. Now you're going to repeat after me, but remember that, oh boy. You must remember that my own language is very connected to me. So there's a time whereby my English is going to run off because, my Zulu is very loyal. So I'm going to try to pronounce these words as possible as I can, and everybody's going to repeat with me. So here it goes. God. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. The courage to change the things I can. The wisdom to know the difference. Now, part of the reasons why I had to make sure that we read that message is simply because I know that we all here fighting battles. I know that we all here we're carrying difficulties. I know that perhaps it's at work, it's at school, or even the environment that we're in. But what I found mostly is that some of us are really hindered by the things we cannot change. But that does not mean we need to accept every situation that is within us. Which is why we should pray every day to say, God, grant me the serenity to change the things I can and to accept those I cannot change. Because what I found out is that right now we're approaching winter and we can't really fight to wear our summer clothes. I mean, the weather just won't allow us. And that's the same thing that really happens with us as human beings. We find situations that we cannot change, situations that are beyond our control at times. And then we often wonder, why is it that I'm trying so hard to move to the next level, but I always seem to fail? I can't really move forward to this. It's simply because certain things you cannot change them, more especially when you grow as an individual. Now, I see there's enough mirrors in the room, but I thought I should borrow mine, and I'm surprised no one said I look handsome. I look good. I'm a Zulu guy, by the way, so don't be surprised with the looks. Alright, why did I brought up that mirror? Simply because this journey is a mentorship for boys, and the reason for the mirror is simply because I want to talk about reflections of a man. One may say characters of a real man. What I mostly realized was that we boys, as we grow up, there's something that we call, which is not in my culture, of course, but the culture of Amapedi and also Kosas. They go to the mountain for initiating and everything, and that is to bring out the manhood within them, the brotherhood and everything in between. But what I realized was that I don't really know what happens there, but when they come back, what are the men that these young boys really find? Because going there, yes, we may physically be circumcised, but what about the mind? The mind that needs to be liberated, a mind that of a man that will grow to have a family, have a household, and have kids to look after. And now that is what I call a reflection of a man. So we need to really look at our society as to why is it that every time a boy will say, I am a man, and then he starts smoking, he starts drinking. But let's look at the environment that we're in. We look at our society, of course. We look at what happens during weekends when we're about to watch football. Men always have a bottle in something, they're always smoking something. So a young man that grows up to listen to that man is then told, you know what, I am a man. And because of that reason, which is why I'm smoking, I'm doing all those things, which is why we live in a society whereby boys don't really know principles such as like that. And more especially us as young people, we understand words such as babe, it's going to be late. But we understand less of words such as, ethics, morals, and principles. And if we grow up in a society of that nature, whereby young men are not taught to become real men, then our society, yes, of course, women will lead, but eventually we men are here to plant seeds, which is why during I think I'm too young to say that, but I'm going to say it. For all of us to be born, obviously, mom and dad had to do something while we were all sleeping, of course. And what a man did, I know you can laugh, but what a man did, he planted the seed. And that's exactly what we're here to do. So the question is now, be it you are a boy, you are a girl, you are a female, what seed are you planting with your life? What is the seed that you want to leave? What is it that will grow after you when you die? Because even on this great day, of course, Mama Winnie is being laid to rest. And at the time when she was alive, no one really said, we see her legacy. No one really said, we see the power that is within her. But now that her body has finally taken a bow, everybody starts to talk about the power that she did. What she did when Nelson Mandela was in prison. And that only goes to show that at the time she was alive, she was planting a seed. So now the question is, with your journey to self-discovery, what is your seed? What is the seed that you're actually planting? Something that will say, you know what, yes, she's gone, but here's what is left for us. Yes, she's gone, but this is what she managed to build. And people like him that are doing this for the boys, something that is really rare in our society. I mean, we should commend that. Right, now I think I still have enough minutes to facilitate. I have 4 minutes left. And I just want to touch on something, more especially based on mentorship, talking about young people, of course. You see, we tend to make one mistake, and our mistake is one that when you look up to someone, you want to become that person. Unfortunately, we'll never be that. Sure. You see, one would admire to see on television, to see on radio, and they suddenly want to have that life. But what we don't see is that everyone you look up to, that person is only an example, not an exception of who you should become. So that is one of the reasons why you'd find so many young people who try to change the way they speak, the way they dress and everything, trying to imitate someone. Well, I'll tell you what, an imposter has never been great, but nothing but just an imposter. And more special when we compare ourselves, we really compare to someone who's already 10 steps ahead of us. You look at that person, he's driving a car, he's traveling. I mean, I was looking at Mr. Lorigodin post on Facebook, he's in Paris and everything in between. But I told myself, no, he's an example of what every young man should aspire to become, but not an exception of who I need to become. And every time that we compare ourselves, we literally find ourselves, you belittle yourself. You no longer believe in yourself. You're like, I wish maybe it was like this. But tell you what, everyone is walking their journey for themselves, not for you. The great people that you look up to, they have their story for themselves, for their family. Now you need to create your own. Now remember what mom and dad do. They planted a seed. Now you have to plant other seeds. Now, just before I wrap up, I think I have 2 minutes. I bought my shades. I'm about to look handsome now. Don't be jealous. Right. So the reason why I'm wearing shades is because I am really good. It's because I want to give us a vision. What is it that we see with our life? What is it that we want to have in life? And I'm putting on shades because I know that the future that's inside the room is too bright for my eyes. I'm gonna have to match it. But yeah, let me put this away for now. Now, I know you guys do this when you pray. I know you do this when you maybe kiss your partner. And we also do this when we cry at times. And that is what I call the power of imagination. So in just about 1 minute, I just want everybody to close their eyes, just for 1 minute. 1 minute only. Don't be scared, I won't steal from you. There's carries in the room, don't be scared. Alright. Now let's do this. Let's take a walk now. Our journey is called 2018, and this is a journey of self-discovery. I want you to ask yourself for this present time, what is the seed that you are planting? Look at what you did yesterday and ask yourself, are you proud of what you did? If you are not proud, you better make sure that today you make it a better day for the best of your days. You're about to experience challenges. You're going to experience heartbreak. You're going to lose money. You're going to experience, loss of friends and everything. But it's all part of the journey. The reason why that is happening is because your faith is only strong enough by the amount of how much it is tested. If you saw your blessings, you would understand why you're fighting this battle. If you saw the greatness that lies ahead, you'd understand why it is so difficult now. If you saw the amount of money that you have, you better start paying for such events from now onwards. But remember, what is it that you're planting? Now let's all open our eyes. I'm still here, black, looking good. Don't be scared. But yes, what is it that you're planting? What is it that you see for yourself? And then once you answer those questions and really find out what you're here to do, then you won't be an imposter, but you'll live to your greatness. Now, I stand before you because of this book of mine. I always love having this at the end because I truly believe that God can turn our setbacks as a setup for a comeback. Right. God will turn our rejections for directions. God will turn our choice into treasure. God will turn our mess into a message. Yes. Now, all that I stand for is being young, black, and powerful. Yes. And inside this book, there's more to this and more to that. And of course, thank you for the platform. Stay blessed, young people.